Okay, graduation has started. Jordan's mom. Jordan all decked out in his little Valedictorian thing.
I would like to welcome you to the Alamosa High School 2011 commencement exercises. For those graduating, this day marks the culmination of weeks, months, and years of courage, commitment, and accomplishment.
We've all come here for one reason or another. Maybe a sense of obligation to our friends, to our families, or that you really just enjoy listening to speeches. I'm about to give a speech that might put some of you asleep, and I'm going to give you permission to fall asleep for part of it. Excuse me, I got to put on my glasses. It's hard to see. But there is a critical part that I want every one of you to listen to. When that time comes, I'm going to ask your neighbor to go ahead and nudge you, so that way they wake you up and you don't miss this part. One of the great honors for me as a counselor is to be asked to introduce superior students at graduation. It is a privilege now to take a few minutes to introduce you to our valedictorian. Before I tell you his name, I'd like to share with you some information about this student. In order to understand why he is here as our valedictorian, I'd like to paint a picture of the past, some of his accomplishments and honors that he has acquired in his lifetime. After hearing this, I believe that you will find his resume to be quite impressive. But you might also wonder, how in the world did he find time to become Alamosa's Valedictorian 2011? Let me begin with his origin, or as a musician would call it, his setup of his life. Any of you parents, grandparents, teachers, or any adults know that nothing is more important than the establishment of good habits. And at an early age. When I visited with his mother, she recalled one of the greatest memories was his drive, the tenacity that he carries, that he just goes out and he just gives it all he has. The memory that she had was when he was becoming a Scout Eagle. You know, this is quite an honor to become a Scout Eagle. The program that requires a minimum of 21 merit badges called Demonstrating Spirit, Service, and Leadership. The Scout must do an extensive service project in which he plans, organizes, leads, and manages. At the completion of his project, our valedictorian had raised over $15,000 and volunteered over 900 hours to help renovate a baseball field. His academic statistics are unbelievable. On a weighted grade point average, he has a 4.375. What does that mean? That means he took the most challenging courses Alamosa High School has to offer. That means he took Advanced Placement Literature and Comprehension, Advanced Placement Chemistry, Computer Science, Advanced Placement American Government, which allowed him to study cases, Supreme Court cases. That is why he's ranked #1 out of 130. After hearing about this incredible academic scores, one might think this young man did nothing but study. But while attaining his high rank during his 4 years, he was also involved. He was a member of National Honor Society, Alamosa High School student body, vice president. He was a 4-time state qualifier in cross country, a national junior Olympian, outstanding junior boy. He placed second in the all-state debate last year. What was his goal? His goal and ambition was to win it this year. He wanted to go out and win this debate, but he had a conflict. He had an interview for the University of Colorado CU medical program. All right, This is the time now. Now, if you're asleep, wake up your neighbor. Wake him up. I'm asking you to do it gently, though. Anyone, if you haven't heard anything else, please listen to this. I mentioned that our valedictorian was unable to compete this year in the debate because of a conflict. A conflict that would very well set him up for life. He went to the University of Colorado Senior Medical Program for an interview. There were over 4,000 applicants in the state that applied for this. With only 10 available positions, there were only 10, he was chosen for one of them. What an accomplishment. What an accomplishment. This is a full ride. A full ride beginning with the attainment of his BA, his master's, and his doctorates. This is valued way over $500,000. I'd like to give you a little understanding on the importance of the medical union. If the President of the United States were anywhere in the vicinity of the Midwest and was injured or became ill, he would be taken to this hospital. This is the hospital, the state-of-the-art, people. The state-of-the-art. This young man was always guided by his faith from his parents. He wants to use his God-given talent in the service of life, faith, and the great ideas. I'm sure that all of you who know him are very confident and hopeful to think of him as an advocate of life as he leaves us behind in our Mean Moves Haven. As he departs from his parents and 3 brothers, and as he sets out from Alamosa to make his way into this world, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you, my friend, Alamosa High School valedictorian for the year 2011, the son of Alan and Sandy Wehe, Mr. Jordan Wehe.
Alright, he's gonna nail it.
Thank you, Mr. Medina, for those kind words. On behalf of our graduating class, I'd like to thank the Alamosa community, the families, the teachers, and the administrators for forever believing in the class of 2011. We all know that school is such an important part of our lives. But is there more? Education goes beyond the classroom walls. Oftentimes what we learn comes from our culture. Individuals, pop icons, corporations, influences day in and day out. Let's take a look at these influences. Often made fun of for his perfectly combed hair, his ridiculously high voice, and his alleged late arrival into puberty, Justin Bieber is not only a 17-year-old pop sensation, but also one of our generation's most promising stars. Yes, it is questionable whether Bieber's music is geared towards 12-year-olds, but we can all attest that Justin Bieber has encouraged us to comb our hair, use earplugs, and be confident in ourselves, if not our awesome hairdos. More seriously though, the Beefster takes advantage of every moment. Whether it's singing in the opening ceremonies of the Olympics or performing a charity concert, Mr. Beefster, or as I like to call him, Justin, takes advantage of it. He uses every moment as an opportunity. Just so, I encourage you, in all aspects of your life, seek out opportunities. Create them if you have to. But most of all, keep the Bieber fever. Coffee. Whoever invented the $7 triple skinny, 2/3 decaf, non-fat, extra hot, hold the whip please, latte, commonly known as Joe, had no indication of how symbolic it would be. A friendship, here in the 21st century. Because of him, Joe and I are best friends. We tight. We hang out like 4 or 5 times a day. To be honest, our relationship is truly unique. I do all the talking. So, when you wake up in the morning, get your morning show, say hi to it. Enjoy it. Treat it as a friend. But most importantly, as a being. Coffee is a vegetable. So, when you're going for that afternoon Starbucks, and you're feeling a little guilty about maybe putting on too many calories, just remember, you're acquiring your daily vegetable servings. So drink more coffee. But more importantly, coffee has empowered our generation to take something ordinary and make it extraordinary as a way to foster friendships, build genuine relationships. Hit up Starbucks after the ceremony day. I'll be there, and we can get some coffee together. And we can be friends. On me. Alright. Also, Apple. Many of us know Apple for the famous iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, iPods. But an article in Fortune magazine 10 years ago read, Apple is dead. The PC wars are over. Microsoft is the winner. But look at Apple today. Look at Apple at this moment. They currently monopolize the MP3 business and have over 90 million and one, my mom just got an iPhone users. That's amazing. But in the same way, look for opportunities to be successful. Even when the timing gets rough, sit back, think, dream, and innovate. Embrace change. Lead it. Converse. The once everyday basketball shoe, Converse have slowly moved their way from the courts to the streets. With their great arch support, superior running comfort, and efficient slip-on quality, the Converse have stood the test of time. Today, many of us can openly admit that we have at least owned one pair of Converse. Yes, 10 years ago, Converse were just the normal run-of-the-mill shoe, nothing fancy, but today they resemble style, freshness, and pizzazz. So, when you're out of style, kind of out of your groove, don't worry, keep fighting, persevere, and soon enough, you'll be everyone's favorite shoe. Gaga. Yes, the fame monster. Her anthem of acceptance, Born This Way, is a constant reminder to not only accepting each other, but accepting ourselves. Don't overlook you. Yes, you. Don't overlook yourself. Be unique. Be innovative. Be confident. Unleash your inner craziness. Show your gaga. But be careful to watch out for those bad romances and poker faces. Step out there. Slap on a goofy costume. Go to a party in an 80. And jive like never before. But most of all, be yourself. Facebook. The holy grail of the 21st century. Facebook just eclipsed 600 million users. Okay, people. It's 2011 and there's still not a dislike button on Facebook? I don't know. But on Facebook, not only can you chat with friends, get together online, but you can also look at pictures of Grandma's latest trip to Mexico. Maybe Grandma shouldn't wear a two-piece. Use the internet to stay connected. Some of us are military bound. Some of us are going to New York, Texas, California for college. Some of us are going into the workforce. But I encourage you, all 130 graduates today, stay connected. Use Facebook, use Twitter, stay connected. And finally, you, the class of 2011. As you all have inspired me to learn the lyrics to Rebecca Black's hit single, Friday, let's seek opportunities, cultivate friendships, be innovative, be tenacious, believe in ourselves, and stay connected. But most of all, burn with passion. The world, with all of its rules and complexities, will try to extinguish your passion. They will try to put out your fire. But today, we vow as a group. Today, you vow as an individual. And today, I vow to forever fan the flame of passion. Wherever we go, to be passionate. We will be tested. Some of us today, some of us tomorrow, some of us in the military, some of us at college or university, and some of us in the workforce. But let us remember this day, where the class of 2011 will let nothing extinguish our fire.
Thank you, Jordan and Consuelo.
Jordan Taylor Wehe.
Sorry guys, sorry.
We have made it this far, but we're far from the end. On that note, on the count of 3, switch your tassels. 1, 2, 3.
Graduates, I would like to thank you for the last 4 years. They have been wonderful. Audience, I present to you the class of 2011.
Hey, Jamie, but you are black. Go here.